The GT, and this is one
his
of the
favorite
ones
bike.
that I got to ride and I helped design. So that's my answer on that one. Do you have an answer? He concurs. He concurs. That's his answer. Anyone? One more time. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yes, sausage roll. Yeah.
Are you talking about old school, new school, mid school? What are you talking about? New school. Yeah. Well, it's hard to say what the absolute best new school is, but S&M has a super great new school bike. This one, Jackie has a real nice one. KHS has one. There's so many nice flatland bikes out there. Our boy,
Ask him again.
I rode that bike. It's an S&M, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Why did you want to be a BMXer in the first place?
Good question.
I was asked why I wanted to be a BMXer in the first place. Because skateboarding took way too long to get anywhere. And the bicycle was our freedom back in the day. That was our independence. As a young boy back in the early 80s, we were able to just ride our bikes and go back and forth. We went to the beach and we went to a friend's house and we rode quarter pipes and we did things. So it was our independence. That's why I really want to be a next bike.
Really good question.
I was asked how many times has Bob Harrow ever beaten me in a competition? Never.
Why?
And now the question is, why has he never beaten me in a competition? Because he has never entered a competition. Martin's hiding. He's afraid of the truth. I'll take it.
Tell us a story about SC when you used to go to SC.
So when I was a young kid and started to ride BMX freestyle, I didn't come from a rich family. We just had bikes, and then in order to get a new bike, I actually used to go to SE factory and try to find the ones that they used to throw away in the dumpster. So it's literally when Scott Breithaupt saw me trying to dig out a frame, he gave me one.
What was your first ever BMX?
Are you talking about real BMX?
Well, did you modify something?
Yes. So in the early days, I would ride a Schwinn. We were trying to emulate our heroes. One of my heroes was a guy on my block who he would race a speedway. And he had his image painted on the side of his van. So we would try to copy him. So we would take our Schwinn Stingray and try to make a flat track bike on it. As time went on, we wanted to make that bicycle into a motorcycle, but we didn't have a motor. So we put motocross handlebars on it, got rid of the banana seats, the other seat on there. But the very next bike that really changed my life to go into BMX was a Repco. So I rode a Repco, then I rode a Suzuki bike, I rode a Grado. You guys know the Grado was a shop bike. 20-inch back wheel, 22-inch front wheel, and then from there I went forward. So yeah.
How did the double bend on the 87?
Yeah. So I was discussing this earlier today, and the double bend. Yeah. So they asked what the question was: how did the double bend come to be on the GT bike?
87.
Yeah, 87. So what happens is, when I was inventing tricks, I would put my feet all over the bike. And so if I had an 87 right here, I could kind of describe it. But without particular S-bend, I would kick. You saw me do the long flail in the parking lot today. I kick from there and go around. So back in the day, we just had a straight bar. So we bent it so I could actually stand there and get a good kick around it. That's where that came from.
Who came up with the original concept of the gyro?
Of the gyro. And it was Brian Scurra that came up with this idea. And Brian had told me some of the story about it, saying that he had to finance everything, and borrowed money and did everything, living in a garage, did everything he had to do until he actually sold it to Odyssey.
So a little bit of history about that. I actually worked out with Brian Scurra's manufacturer. He was a designer, created the blueprint for these things such as the dirt skirt, take rate tool, the command post, SSD hub, and the gyro. So I got to see with my own eyes Brian design the gyro. And then, as time went on, it was so amazing to see that this particular thing was probably... So Eddie can answer half this question. So a gyro without the POTS mod makes absolutely no sense. So Eddie can talk about the POTS mod.
Who invented the POTS mod?
The question was, who invented the POTS mod? The POTS mod is the cable going through the front bolt on your forks. And I had suggested that this would be a great idea to do, and Steve Potts was the one who did the project, and he built it. But I was the one who suggested it. We used to spin the cable all the way around and just continuously do that. The longer the cable, the more spinning to do. But it just made more sense to have the cable go through the center.
So sometimes you spin the bar one time, and then two times, and you spin it back. Funny enough, you see us right, and we keep spinning our bars some years later. So yeah. So the perfect marriage for the POTS mod and the gyro to come together, so it was great. Very innovative. Yeah. Yeah, so I actually wrote for Lynn Caston for a while. I was writing an SC bike, SC PK Ripper, and then SC Trickster, and then I went, if you look at my photo, I got a photo right here on the left, I'm actually writing a red line, yellow line bike, SSD hubs, CW Barzo. Yeah.
So all this is question, and yet gyro.
The question is, what was the best film we've ever worked on other than Rad? I'm going to say probably The Hangover. I worked on The Hangover. Have you guys ever seen the movie The Hangover?
Oh yeah!
Alright, this is the part I was in. I'm in two different sections. The first section is when the cop car is driving on the sidewalk and people are getting out of the way, and he's telling the blonde lady to get out of the way. I am standing right behind her and getting out of the way. That stunt was supposed to be a 25 mile an hour get out of the way. It turned into a 2 mile an hour get out of the way. The second part that I was in on The Hangover was, remember when they were getting the Mercedes-Benz out of the impound yard, and they said it was messed up beyond all recognition? Foobar. I am the valet that brings it back to him. So you'll actually see me signing the ticket.
Okay, so I got to get a little story here. You'll like this, you guys. So, Eddie was doing a commercial with Beckham, right? It's a cell phone commercial. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to let him tell the story. You'll get a kick out of it.
So, 2 years ago, I get a phone call from a stunt coordinator, and he asks me if I'm doing anything next week. I said no. He says, I asked him, what do I need to do? He said, ride a bike, do some tricks. Cool, I got that down. Do I need to bring my own bike? He says, no, I've got a bike for you. I go, can you send me a picture? It is a pink 16-inch little girl's bike with a basket. And I told him, you realize that this is going to limit my tricks that I can do. He says, oh, it's okay, we want funny. All right. So when I get on set, I see the bike there, and it's a girl's 16-inch bike. They send me to wardrobe, and they put me in a full 3-piece suit. The one that if you move your shoulders, the whole back of the thing will rip. I said, this will limit the amount of tricks I can do. They go, that's okay, we want funny. All right. So we spend all day. They want me to ride my bike around David Beckham without hitting him. I got that. No problem. So we do the whole scene. The scene is that David Beckham is supposed to be choosing a wireless cell phone carrier. So he goes into this one shop and they ask him a bunch of stuff, and he goes, I don't want you, I'm going to go somewhere else. Well, then everybody in the store follows him out to go somewhere else. He goes to another store, and they follow him out to another store. And eventually they get to the Sprint store where I follow him. And he comes around a corner, and I ride my bike around, and a taxi cab literally crosses frame, and in the little window of the taxi cab, you can see me. For a half a second. Half a second. So in the movie business and in the commercial business, if you are not recognizable, you get cut from the commercial. You get paid for the day, but you get cut from the commercial. All right, I get paid for working, that's fine. Literally, the next week, we came here 2 years ago and did the show. On our way home, we missed our flight. It cost us an extra $1,000 and an extra day to get home. When I got home, there was a stack of checks in the mailbox. One check was for $500. One check was $3,500. One check was $2,000. So the day I got home, it was $108,000. I'm gonna miss a flight to keep it. So anyhow, that's my David Beckham commercial. Next question. So the question was, is who came up with all the different colors that GT had back in the early 80s? And the thing is that, you know, the people who ran GT knew the trend, knew what was going on. So they they knew about disco and all this other stuff, and they you know, foresee the highlighted colors, the day glow and the pink and the blues and the greens and all of that. I'm the one that picked the yellow and red.
I picked hot pink.
Tony wants to know the highlight of your career.
Highlight of my career? I can't answer that. It's not over yet.
So far. So far. What about you, Eddie? Eddie, what about you?
I'm going to have to say, you know, just the same as Martin here is we haven't stopped writing. I'm still writing. I'm having fun. There's the highlight. I think the highlight.
My archives, and I got stacks and stacks of stuff that nobody's ever seen before. I showed John or Nick a couple of the things that I had, but it's very secretive to me because I'm going to actually reveal that stuff in due season. So right now, I just don't really want to show that, but I have a ton of stuff.
So the question is, what bikes do we still have from back in the day? And because we were sponsored, think about this, because we were sponsored, the company would give us bikes. If our bike was scratched and didn't look good, we'd get a new bike. So we didn't need to hang on to our old bikes. It wasn't a collectible back then, so we just handed them out. My neighbors all rode GTs. My cousins all rode GTs. My friends all rode GTs. These are the bikes that were just given to me, and the thing is that we never thought about saving them because we knew that we could get another one. And GT was smart by keeping us provided and with the best looking bike possible. That's what made us professionals.
So it's really cool. So just some of the perks that we had for being sponsored by the factory team. For me, I was factory GT, but I had friends at CW, and yet I had friends at Hutch. So I can go to Hutch anytime and get free cranks, nets, or whatever. I can go to CW and get free stuff. But if you can imagine this, two young lads that are doing something that we love to do, yeah, we're getting paid in writing, we go through the GT manufacturing with a shopping cart and literally shop like we're shopping. This many goosenecks, this many bars, this many pellets, etc., etc. Back at home we had, at one time, we had like 13 bikes at a time. But as a lot of you guys know, no two bikes ride exactly the same. So I finally got to the point where I said, I just want one good sound bike, and like Eddie says, we give them to our neighbors and our friends or whatever. And funny enough, a lot of those guys call me back and say, hey, remember that bike you gave me? And I'm like, dude, you still got it? I want that bike back, and they're gone. So they're all over the United States, so yeah, it's pretty cool.
How did you get with GT? How did you get with GT?
So the question is how did I get with GT? Bob Morales and myself were riding the skate parks, and I was riding for Kuwahara at the time. And I did a tour to Japan for ET, to promote ET. When I got back, Bob Morales had moved his sticker business near GT. And literally within a month, Bob and I started riding the GT. So I put that there so I didn't get branded. All right, I'm going to let Martin answer this question. What was the question was, what did we think of the new school riders of today?
Well, I have mad respect for the riders today. But you gotta understand, everything came from something. Can we agree on that? So, we started the sport, so a lot of the tricks that we did back in the day are even utilized to this day, except without brakes. But like I said, I have mad respect for the riders because the things that they're doing now are so amazing.
So the question is, have we ever had any major accidents? Of course we have. I have broken, not all at one time, but I've broke my legs, both my arms, all my fingers, my nose 3 times, my left collarbone 3 times, my right collarbone twice, dislocation 12 times, my big toe, broken probably 8 ribs total, and I'm still riding.
So the cool thing is, if Matt Hoffman was here, we'd already know the answer to that. Every bone from head to toe. So yeah, so it's crazy. So yeah, I broke a couple things. I broke a jaw, broken half on both sides, had a pin sticking out of my nose right here, and I could actually put my glasses on right there, and they wouldn't fall off because the grid was sticking out right here. So I broke my jaw, broke my leg, and broke my finger, but that's about it. So not too shabby.
All right, we're going for one last question. One last question. So the question was for me. And the question was, how and why did I only ride for Haro for one day? Did you guys know that I rode for Haro? Right? If you ever go to the Haro factory where they sell the bikes, there's a picture of Bob Haro. There's a picture of all the riders. And it starts off with Bob Haro, and then me, and then a bunch of other guys. So how this happened was I was not sponsored at the time, and I was having a photo session within the week with BMX Plus. Bob Haro, I guess, found out about it and had offered me a sponsorship to wear his clothes, ride his bike, and do the photo session with all of his gear. I did the photo session. It was a 6-page, full-colored pictorial. The very next day, he calls me and says he needs the bike back. He says, I'll get you the bike after we take pictures and do other promotional things with the bike. Never seen that bike again. The next photo session I do was a contest, and you'll see me in Haro gear, but on a torquer, and I was on the cover of the magazine. So, yeah, one day, full complete sponsor, Bob Haro. How much did Bob pay me for that? But that's okay, because I'm still riding bikes.
Come on guys, give it up.
Hey, give me that, right?
Out of his pocket. He also, Wayne, everybody else that helped, thank you for bringing this whole thing together. We got Sam. And I still haven't got to drive the RA. Are we ready?
Okay, so we're going to do the raffle. There you go. So we're going to do the raffle. Just like to thank everybody for coming. You're all awesome. Everybody, give everybody a round of applause. Come on. A round of applause for Eddie and Martin. These guys are legends. Come on. So, we've got a few prizes to go through, so we may need to do this a little bit quicker, shorter time. So we'll start off, and I'm going to pass the microphone to you. Are you okay? Yeah. So what we're going to do, Eddie and Marty's going to pick the winners. Marty's going to pick numbers, Eddie's going to call them out. Okay, so here we go.
Alright. One taking prize. The first prizes are from Alan's BMX. Graphite X pedals. Headset.
Yeah, from Alan's.
Really cool stuff. Number 253. 253. Pasco. And we've got some really cool stuff on the bike shop. You guys all have it. MKS pedals, headset, some stuff. J Smith, number 391. J Smith, 391. All right, the next runner-up is Tig, Tig number 613. We're in the far back. We got to do this really quick. We're just going to kind of raffle them off. Tig, our next winner. Frumer is 51, blue 51, blue 51, blue 51. Farmer, PP Farmer, PP Farmer. We got it. All right. He's outside. Next prize is a Mirage race plate. Pink 449. Pink 449. Lee 449. Pink 449. Description is t-shirt. This is an Eddie swag bag. So it's got a t-shirt, a hat, a couple other stickers, things like that. Andy Butler, is that it right? 376 blue, 376. Andy Butler. You got it coming in. Simon has donated some stuff from Haro, including some Haro shorts, underwear. White 92, White 92, John Hook.
There's no being mean to them.
A signed Martin t-shirt. A signed Martin t-shirt. We're going to go with a blue 143. Blue 143. Gary. Gary. Not you.
Gary Bunce! We have a 3 t-shirt combo.
3 t-shirt combo.
Eddie, a G2 and a Martin Aparijo.
G2, Eddie, Fiola, and Martin Aparijo.
3-pack.
3-pack. Pink 201. Pink 201. James. We have a Martin pack. A Martin pack. This pack includes a Martin signed coffee cup. One Pepsi signed by Martin Aparijo. And a t-shirt signed by Martin Aparijo. Pink. Pink 220. D. Low.
The next one, so guys, this is the one you've been waiting for, it's the star prize. 2 tickets to Video U Festival. There are 2 tickets to Holiday and some other round up here in there. So we have
Number White 108. JB. JB. This is a BMX Plus for my own private collection. It is one of my very first photo sessions. A Valhalla frame, 4 bars in Harlem here for one day. White 140. 140. White 40. This next prize, it looks like a brand spanking new 1987 color TV tuning knob. No, it is a custom made, one-off rim, a Yukai rim with a picture of me at Venice Beach, signed, ready to go on your wall. It is, or beer tray. Blue 380. D. Smith.
Damien.
Smith. D. Smith. Yeah. We can get a frisbee to you.